Hi everyone, welcome back to another video, and if you're new here, hi, I'm Raina of Young Plans. In today's video it's going to be something slightly different. I haven't really spoken much about my kind of reading side of things. I recently started getting back into reading. I've read some really fun books. They have been very much fantasy romance, a lot of TikTok made me buy it kind of vibes, and I discovered a shop that I wanted to share with you all. A small shop based in the UK on Etsy. They do have an Instagram page. They are called the Craft Asylum, and basically they create book covers in stickers in different sizes, and they do other stuff as well that are all kind of reading and book themed and book journal themed. But I wanted to basically just take you through how I review books, which is this one. I know it says scrapbook, but it's not a scrapbook. I use it for my book reviews, for my fantasy, romance, and those kind of books. And then I also have a classic Happy Planner sized journal, planner, whatever you want to call it, which I use for keeping track of my TBR and reviewing any sort of educational books. So I'll show you these two books first and foremost, because you'll see where the gaps are that I have to fill. This one, as I said, is very much my book review journal. So if I zoom you in, I think it's like is it an 8x8 size. How I do it is I always have the cover of the book that I've read, the summary, which I kind of put into my own words, a review, which is of course my own words, and then a quote from one of the main characters. I always have an icon that's either a Kindle to say whether I've read it on my Kindle, or a book icon as to if I've got or read the physical book. And then I always give it a star review rating and a spicy rating if it is a spicy kind of book. So this is basically how I've done it. I do intend to kind of go back in with decorative stickers. You'll also see that there's post-it notes here and in other places where I've got them in the order that I'm trying to read them, or at least I've got them in order of the book series. So this particular one, the Montana Mountain Men series by Gemma Weir, I think that's how you pronounce her name, I've got them in order of the way that you would read them, with each brother in each book with their kind of romance stories. And then it goes on to the next series that I've been wanting to read, which is the Twisted series by Anna, I always forget if I'm going to say this right or wrong, Anna Huang, I think it is. Then I have her King series. I don't know what the series name is, but I've started putting those in. I've got post-it notes of the others that I've actually got printed for myself. And then I've got the another series from Gemma Weir, and then starting a series from Selena Winters, which is another 3-book series. I have an odd one which is just a standalone book. I don't think that's part of a series. If it is, let me know. And then I have tons of spaces where I'm gonna put the rest of them. So that's that one. The next one is basically my reading journal. So this is a printable. I can't remember if I've showed this in another video. This is a printable. These are the discs I've got them on. This is just a cover that I'm using for now, but I do intend to make my own cover. I've got some sticker sort of die cuts that I've put on this side. I then have these little sticker storage pouches specifically for disc bound planners and things. So I've got some custom scripts in here. I've got summary, quote, review. These are scripts from the Prairie Planner. Then have some star rating stickers, can't remember where they're from. I then have the Kindle icons. I've got Prairie Planner and It's Simply Bizarre from the UK, Prairie Planner from Canada, and then some book icons from Chili Paper, which is also a UK shop, and then a bunch of spicy rating trackers as well. Then I just have a spare pocket for any others. I then have this sheet that I made, which is a star rating tracker from the Prairie Planner, and then a spicy rating tracker also from the Prairie Planner. I then have a couple of sheets of these which are printables. They are Kindle samples and they are from Little Birdie Canada. It's a Canadian printable shop on Etsy. I'll be sure to link the shops that I'm mentioning below as well. So I just have a few sheets of those. Then I go into my books to read. I should have called it TBR. But either way, books to read. What I do is I have these stickers, which look, I've actually coloured them all in, but they do just come white like this. But basically they are from the Prairie Planner, and they fit this size of sticker in them, as you can see, or near enough. I think these might be, no, I think they probably are the same. I'll compare them in a sec. But I have a sheet of these stickers from the Craft Asylum, and these are the mini sizes. They do mini, midi and maxi, so mini being the smallest, midi is in the middle, and then maxi is the biggest. You can see the difference there. These are the maxi ones, which I'll show you in a sec. But basically what I intend to do, and you can see where I've written in pencil the covers that need to fill the gaps. So I tried to keep the series all together. So as you can see, I've got the Montana Mountain Men series, which go up to here. Got the odd one in the middle, which is the Five Brothers. This one is kind of a storybook, but also a biography, I think it's classed as, or maybe an autobiography. I always get confused. That's actually an old neighbour of mine, who I know very well, so that's his book. Then I've got the Blaze, Scorch and Flame series from Gemma Weir, and then I've got all of the Anna Huang books here in the order that I think they are. I had to Google to make sure the order is correct. And as you can see, each series, it just has its own colour, and then they are in order as well. I've got another series there, and then I go on to Fourth Wing, Iron Flame and Onyx Storm, which is what I'm reading at the moment. I then have a bunch of standalone books. These are actually a Christmas series that 5 authors came up with, and I do have them all on here. So basically all I'm going to do is I'm going to speed up the video and pop all of these stickers into the gaps, but you can see here I have a lot of gaps. And then I have another page here which just has stickers on the front and the back for the moment. I have actually ordered a bunch more of these book cover stickers from the Prairie Planner, so they will be in another haul. Just waiting for that to be delivered. But this particular page is for the next part of this book, so I do need to get a divider, but these are basically my TBR for kind of like self-development and that kind of book theme. So that's basically what that is. And then I start my book notes for those self-development books. So each one I've actually read Good Vibes, Good Life. I probably will want to read through it again, or at least pull from the information on there. And then Healing is the New High is another one that I've started. Atomic Habits, that's also on my TBR, and then a lot of these I either have on my Kindle, so I've left a little gap up here so that I can put the Kindle or the book icon again, or they're just on my TBR and I haven't yet bought them either in a physical form or on the Kindle. Kindle samples is great, so I do have a lot of them. So that's always really, really useful, and I do like to read them before I obviously buy the book. That's kind of what you're supposed to do. But yeah, so this is obviously the sheet of the minis, so I'm going to go ahead in a sec, speed this clip up and put those in. And then I'm going to go ahead and pop these. I don't know if I want to put them in a reusable sticker album. I might have a spare one somewhere, but I don't quite know the order that I want to put them in here, whether it'll be the same order as what I put in here and just have them in their kind of select categories. There are some on here that I'm not sure if I A, have all of the series, or B, had the space to put them in here. So what I might do is I might do the small ones first, and then make a note of the extras that I have. But basically all of the ones on here in the mini size are exactly the same as the ones I've got here in the maxi size. So yeah, we'll go ahead, we'll speed this up, and obviously pop in the comments what you're doing whilst you're watching my video. And yeah, we'll speed this up with some music. Okay, my camera is gonna die pretty much any minute, so what I think I will do is I will go ahead and switch out the battery, but I just wanted to show you sort of what I've done so far. I realised, stupid me, that I already had King of Greed, King of Sloth, King of Pride and King of Wrath from a previous shop in here. So these 4 down here, I don't know when I'll use them, but I will save them for another day, or in case I end up reading the books multiple times. So yeah, I'm just going to get rid of all this rubber stuff off of my desk. Don't worry, I do have a bin below me. And I realised that I didn't actually pick up the Striker or the Defender, which I thought was on my list, but I think actually no, I did have a chat with the shop owner, and the Defender is actually a brand new book. It's not coming out, I think, until later this year, like October time. So I think when I order that one, I will probably wait to order both at the same time, because I think the Defender is the second book to the Striker. So yeah, made that mistake, won't be making it again. I thought I had it all mapped out properly and made my list in the order that I wanted everything, but I'll start next with the Hello series when my battery is charged. And then I've got the Disney Villain series. I also have the Bridgerton series in here, and then I have a new to me series, which is from, I can't remember the first name of the author, but T. Maffey, sorry, which again is another TikTok made me buy it. And I know that the Watch Me is the most recent one, which I don't think oh no, I do, it recently came out. If you know, you know. And then I actually only today, got one of my 3 Fire Thief books. I got, where did I put it? I was so excited because this was a book that I didn't realise there was 3 parts to, because I'd read The Flight of the Fire Thief when I was little. I don't know why it was in primary school, but it was. But I've really loved it, and when I realised like recently that there were 2 other books to it, I had to pick them up. They were quite cheap off of Amazon. I think they're kind of used anyway, but I don't mind because I just want to read them and then pass them on. But I'm really, really excited to start that series, and these books are just so cute. They're so small, very small books to read, but I also have those in here as well. So yeah, I will continue this once I change out my battery. Okay, so battery is taken out and replaced, so that's good. I'm gonna crack on with these. The page was a little ripped. I think the machine may have gone slightly too far through it, but that's fine. So as I was saying, I'm gonna put you back on speed up mode, and I'm gonna continue with popping these stickers in. I absolutely love how good the quality is. I will say they are slightly smaller than the previous ones I bought, and the previous ones are kind of like a vinyl matte, whereas these are just matte paper, which is absolutely fine. I would have done them myself, but I would have rather have paid someone to do them because my printer is probably nowhere near as good quality as this. So yeah, I'm really pleased with these. Right, I will speed you back up and I will continue. Okay, so I have a bunch left, basically because I forgot how many spaces I needed to fill. So that's fine. I filled most of these spaces, and also is showing me A, I need to get some more boxes together, and B, I need to just organise this a little bit more. So I managed to get rid of this strip, so that can go in the bin. I think what I'm going to do is eventually I'll possibly have a reusable sticker album that I can use for book journaling. So basically when I get it like this, I've not got to try and faff around with a sheet of paper. I can pull them all off, put them in an album, and then when I'm ready, go back to them and get them in the right place. But I think this looks really good. I'm really loving it. What I love about these particular book stickers, these blank ones, is that I like to be able to write the date that I finish the book. So you can see I finished quite a lot at the back end of 2024, which is when I started my reading journey. I'm still reading this one, which I started a little while back, because this series is on my Kindle. But I'm just really glad to have these final 3, and then I can get that series finished. A lot of these I already have on my Kindle. The Twisted series, I thought I actually bought the books on my Kindle, but it turns out I just got the sample, so I need to get those. And I'll probably end up getting all of these all at once, so I can try and get reading them and be prepared for when The King of Gluttony comes out. And I also want to get started on The Striker, which I've got the physical book for as well. So yeah, I do tend to read many books on the go. I always at least have one book on my Kindle, one physical book, and then one like educational book that I'm reading. So at the moment my educational book I'm reading is Atomic Habits. I started Healing is the New High, but I decided that I kind of went for a couple of chapters, and I think I want to reread Good Vibes, Good Life. I really enjoyed that read, and there's some bits in there that I want to make a note of, hence my book note pages. And I got this idea from The Organised Money, which is an American kind of business. She has a YouTube page, she has an Etsy shop. She does have a book note or a reading journal printable on her Etsy, but she doesn't have the printable version of her book notes. So I've just got inspiration from that and made my own. So that's what that will be. But yeah, I'm really, really pleased with those. I think now that I've got these in here, what I want to do is basically go ahead and grab this book and add to the where the post-it notes are already, but then also put new post-it notes in for other series of books. So I like the idea of this being series, and then what I might do is I might do individual pages similar to book notes, but not book notes. It will be like book review for the single books that I read, for the like the ones that aren't in series, like the single story books, because I'd like this to purely be all series books if I can. But we'll see. That's kind of just an idea in my head at the moment. So yeah, I guess I will put that away for a second. I'll throw this in here as well. And then I can just sift through these pages and find my missing gaps. So I need to find Saved by the Mountain Men. I know I'm not going to need those King books down there, so I'll leave those in there for a second. But I do want to find, I've got one Mountain Men book up there so far, which is Loving, which is this one here. So I've already made a note of who the main characters are, because I'm kind of aware of who they are. And then I also want, okay, they're on each individual page. Right, so I've got Belonging to the Mountain Man, which is going to be here. That's right. And then the last one is Saved, which is the one I'm reading at the moment with Teddy and Juniper. If anyone in the UK hasn't read these books, I would highly recommend them. Gemma Weir is an American author, I believe. She is awesome. And I think the books that she writes, I will say they do come with a warning, which I'm really pleased about, because they are pretty spicy. They're pretty saucy. Right, King of Sloth, King of Envy. Don't think that was going to be on any of these. Oh no, I did have King of Envy. So I can throw that over here. And I don't think I have King of Gluttony yet. Oh, okay. No, I've kept these in here because they are a series technically. There's 2 of them, so that's fine. Just need to find the Defender. Nope, the Striker, sorry. Where is it? Here it is. And then the Defender comes out later on in the year, as I said. So that's all good. And then I've got the Scorch and the Blaze ones here. And those ones, and Five Brothers. I'm really looking forward to reading that one. Okay, so that is that. I will probably finish the video there. It is going to be short and sweet, but I do need to set this planner up, and I will probably... Do I want to do it in another part of the video? No, so I'm not going to finish a video there. I'm going to sort some bits out in my office, and then I think I might film another clip at a later date, because I am waiting for an order from the Prairie Planner in order to finish off this project of setting up these 2 books. So yeah, we will park that to the side for a minute, and for you it'll be a couple of seconds. For me it'll probably be a couple of weeks, and I will see you shortly. Hi everyone. It's been a while for me. I know it's only a few seconds for you, but I'll be honest, I've not really read that much in the last month. The last month has actually been quite a stressful month. I think I did the last clips of filming back in June, and I've barely read anything in July, but I have managed in the last couple of weeks, or in the last week or so, to finish 2 books. So I think what I'll do in this section, as the last section of this video, is show you the books that I've read, fill it in this planner with all the book covers, and then do the book review in this book here. So because I've already put all of these in, as you saw last time, I've started to just add other things to it. And then I've also since got the Prairie Planner, what are they called? The Prairie Planner like book covers in here. I think I need to get one other sticker book. 1 second. I can't remember if I put the rest of my stickers or the rest of the book covers in this book, this just little classic album. Okay, now I remember. So basically the rest of the covers, because this only held a certain few, I finished putting things or covers in here in their kind of series order, and then realised I ran out of space. So I may take this book apart, not in this video, I may do it for a future video, but I may take this book apart and just like cut the pieces out and put it in a classic planner, or maybe even like a mini planner or something. I don't know. I didn't realise that there weren't going to be as many pages, and I've managed to get most of my series in here, which is great. But I still have, as of the larger covers, I still have, let's see, so I still have the Disney series that I want to obviously find a place for. And then I still have this series as well by, well, there's 4 books by Ali Hazelwood that are kind of in a series, and then this other book which I bought recently, which obviously I had the sticker for, which is called The Off Limits Rule. And my book list has gotten huge, so I actually do need to get reading again. But I've got kind of like a new life tracker, which again, I don't know if I film or not. It's a little bit more personal, just as far as like habit trackers. So I want to For the rest of this year, I want to at least read a chapter or two a day. I want to do something active each day, whether that's a walk, a jog, or a gym session, to try and shift some weight, and kind of like catch up in memory planners. So there's like kind of like, I don't even want to say a hobby habit tracker, but it more or less is. It's a hobby and a lifestyle habit tracker, which I've recently started just to try and focus on things a bit more for the rest of this year and going into next year. We're in August now and it's my birthday next month. I'm starting a new job in October, still in the same organisation, but my fixed term contract for my current role is finishing at the end of September, so I've already got a new job lined up. And yeah, it's just been a time. It's been a pretty stressful time outside of filming, which is probably why this video has taken so long to get up. But yeah, I'm really hoping that I can crack on with these things and just get stuff done. So yeah, like I say, I'm probably not going to pull apart, but I think I've definitely got 2 books to review. I need to get my Kindle as well so that I can get my quotes off of them. And kind of just want to decorate these a little bit more. I know I put a little bit of washi here just to see how I felt. And I think what I'd like to do is, yeah, so I've tried to match the washi colour here and then just put a little bit of it somewhere on the page just for a little bit of decoration because it is quite black and white. So I think I'll maybe do a little bit of that in this video as well. Again, I might speed it up a little bit and then kind of go from there. But yeah, so I have finished Saved by the Mountain Man. I finished that recently, so I will get my pens out. So I'm going to use a Tombow pens just to fill in these. No, I'm not. I'm going to use a yellow Tombow pen to fill it in. And then I'm going to use these 2 pens, which I think are Moody pens, for the spicy rating. Now, I did enjoy this book. I'm going to write the summary and my review probably another time. And I also need to write some summaries and update some summaries for other books as well. So I think that was a really big post-it note that I've wasted. I'm going to give this book a 4-star, and I also need to rate the other ones. Gosh, I'm so behind. Okay, let's rate Kept by the Mountain Man. I've already done the first 2 of this series, so it's the Montana Mountain Man series I mentioned before, by Gemma Ware. The first one I loved. It was Bo and Bonnie's story. Really enjoyed that book. Second one was a little bit, well, it was incredibly spicy. I did rate it at 4.5. And it was very like, what's the word? Like caveman vibes, like real, it was quite an aggressive romance, I would say. That one was probably the worst out of all of them so far, and a little bit like overprotective, alpha hole, I think they call them, or basically like an alpha asshole. Excuse my French, but yeah, that one was definitely super spicy. Kept by the Mountain Man, that was Granger and Alice's story. I did like this one. It was a really sweet one. Alice's character was just really shy and really adorable, and then she eventually came out of her shell, and yeah, I enjoyed that one. So I think I'm going to rate this one about a 4, maybe 4.5. I'll be nice. I'll do 4.5. Definitely wasn't my favourite. I think the first one was probably my favourite because it was pretty romantic as far as, like, I don't want to ruin it for anyone, but as far as the way that they met. And I wouldn't say this one was massively spicy, so I'm probably going to do it as maybe a 3. It was definitely romantic, but I wouldn't say it was spicy. Or I wouldn't say it was not spicy. There was definitely scenes. There were definitely some spicy scenes, but I think it wasn't the worst. And like I say, it was probably based off the fact that, well, in my opinion, Alice's character was quite a shy character. So yeah, that was that one. What else was I going to say? Yeah, and I've already done the summary and the quote for that, so that's great. Just going to colour in these. Yeah, so I'm going to rate 4.5 stars and 3 chilies for spice. I think this was really, really cute as far as the quote that I got, and it was a quote in the book from Granger that basically said, "With you, all I feel is selfish. I want to own you, to keep you, but more than that, I want you to be dependent on me." So it was very much like Alice was shy, but Granger was really trying to bring her out of her shell, which is really nice. Pen and Lulu's story I did enjoy. It was a little less possessive than the other ones. And it was more like a projection of Pen's kind of protection, and he was quite overprotective. And Lulu had a pretty rough past, so yeah, I've quite enjoyed this one. I'll write my summary later. I think I'm going to put this one as a, I think a 4. From memory. I think I finished these like within the last sort of 6 months, so they're still fairly fresh in my mind. I just need to find a summary that I can put in there. And because they're on my Kindle as well, obviously I don't get the blurb on the back, or I can't see the blurb on the back, which is a bit of a shame. I'm going to rate this one... I'm going to put this one as a 3 as well. No, I'm going to put this one as a 4 for spice. This one was definitely a little more spicy, I think, because it was definitely like a protective alpha male. Yeah, so I think that works. And then I'll grab my Kindle, but I should have some quotes saved for this next one. And I will say, one thing I have found when I'm finding a summary of a book, if you find the book on Amazon or look at it on the Kindle, they often have like a little summary bit, so you can kind of read that and then maybe put it into your own words. Obviously you don't want to plagiarize the summary, but yeah, I like doing that. This one, I think I'll do my review and summary separate. I think I'm gonna say, I don't know. Again, it was a nice one, and I think because something happens at the end, or should I say something almost happens at the end, I'm gonna say the spicy bit was probably more of a 4. So I'm gonna definitely put 4 for spice. It took me a long time to get through this one. Again, I'm a really slow reader, which I can't remember if I said in the previous clips or in any other videos, but I am an incredibly slow reader, definitely a procrastinator, and I do struggle to sit and read because there's just always something else in my head and always something else to be doing instead of sitting and reading. And I don't see it as like, it's not a lazy hobby, it's definitely like a relaxing hobby. But yeah, I'm like, for me, I think if I'm going to read, I want to be making sure that I have nothing else to do and like nowhere else to go. And I think I'm going to rate this one a 4-star as well. It took me a long time to read, but again, I go in and out of like reading phases and reading ruts, as I call them. So yeah, 4-star for this one. I definitely enjoyed the first of the series. Like overall, I think just because of the way that they met. These other ones have been a bit more like, not quite the same. I need to write the main characters of those. I've then put post-it notes of the ones that I need to purchase. So I still haven't got the Twisted series, so I still need to get the 4 of those. I have thought about picking them up in the shop, but I've also got them like favorited on my Amazon, so still thinking I'm going to do that. Just going to zoom you in a little bit more. I do need to put some spicy stickers on here, so I think what I want to do is I want to go through. I've got a bunch of spicy stickers somewhere here. Oh gosh, I got hiccups. Or at least I should. Yeah. Okay, so I've got these spicy stickers that I need to use up, and they are from, I can never remember, oh, there we go, It's Simply Bizarre. I think I forgot that earlier, but these were all like, you know, whole sheets, and then I've just cut them so that they fit in this. So I'm going to use those up, and I'm going to probably just speed this bit up and stick them all in. And then I think I've got a bunch of, or have I done them all? Oh, I might have done all of the, yeah, I've done all the star rating ones. Now there are some things where I'm not sure if they're actually going to be spicy, so yeah, it's almost like I need to read them first, so maybe that's why I haven't put them in. Yeah, I think that's probably why I haven't actually put them in. And I know what else I need to do is I also need to print some more just like black boxes. I have a ton, but I don't just want to use up the ones in my books and then not have anything left. But you can see I have gone through and put in all the purchased book. And I think I've showed you all of these anyway. Now obviously I've finished a fourth wing as well. These were somewhat spicy, so I've just put the spicy rating there. A Court of Thorn and Roses I have also purchased. I've got them on my Kindle ready to go. They're probably going to be the next series I start. And the Wild series, there's 3 I think in that series from Elsie Silver. I've got them as physical books. I've got this one which I've put in this book for now, and it's one that I've been wanting to read. It's a biography, I think it is. I said it before. An old friend of mine who had wrote it, an old neighbour. I've got all the Hello series in here. But then I've also just purchased the newest one to this series. And of course I haven't got space for it. So that's a bit of a bugbear. Which is why I'm like, I want to have these in some kind of classic happy planner where I can add the page. So again, I might end up just cutting these out and going from there, because yeah, it's definitely frustrating because obviously I've already stuck a load of stuff in these, but knowing that I should just be able to cut around these and then just copy in my quotes, I think I can make that work. Yeah. So I will make that book another day, maybe in another video. But yeah, so that's kind of where I am with this book. I was going to add all the spicy things, but I don't know which books are spicy and which books aren't. So I'll go through this book and then just show you where I am. Yeah, I just, you know when you do something you think, yeah, that's a really good idea, and then you realise that you can't actually fill in gaps or like add pages to gaps, which is why I love like the Happy Planner disc bound system, because you can obviously pull pages out, you can put them in. I will show you this though. So regardless of that, and that's going to be a project for another day, I've got obviously summary quote review, star rating, spicy rating. I've got little physical book stickers that were from Chili Paper that I've just cut up so that they fit in here. And then I've also got these little Kindle books which were from the Prairie Planner. Again, I've cut them up. They were a big page and I've just cut them so that they fit. And then I've also got little Diddy ones, little Diddy Kindle stickers, which I've got quite a lot of as well. I've got 2 pages, probably going to get more. And then I've got some little physical books. So I use those ones. These ones here always go in the larger book, in this book. So that's the spicy ratings and the physical and Kindle books. And then these ones, these smaller ones, go in this book, and you'll see why in a minute. I also found some other book looking stickers as well. So we've obviously got this page, which is the rating scale. So 1 being not my favourite, it was okay, a pretty good read, love it, I'm obsessed. And then this spicy rating, so not very spicy, a little too nicey, a little spicy but not much, pretty spicy, needs a little more, very spicy, almost too much, extremely spicy, OMG. So that's just how I've named them or labelled them. Then I have this, which is a fairly new thing from the Prairie Planner, and I will show you what they are because I think I have them over here. Where's my reading section? Ah, here. Okay, so these are what you can buy from the Prairie Planner as far as matching the colour code. So I bought this as it is. The main books I read are romance. I got 2 for fantasy. I got 2 for non-fiction. I got 1 sheet for biography and then 1 sheet for magical realism. So I picked up those. That's the key. Obviously, if I, for example, was like, oh, I want to read a thriller, then I'd just go back and get the thriller sheet. So I just keep those in my little box here, which is my little sticker storage box that stays on my desk. This isn't all the stickers I have. If you want to see those videos, then go ahead. And then you just get like a bookshelf sticker. So that's what it looks like. And I've got 1 down here and then 1 here. Kindle sample pages, I just need to go through. I've actually deleted a load of Kindle samples because I thought, no, kind of gone off them now. The books to read, so again, those little stickers, I've got them up here as to whether they are physical or Kindle. I've managed to get all of the little books in here, and then I pretty much have all of these books now. So apart from the Twisted series and the King of whatever it is series from Anna, I also don't have that series, but then everything else I've made sure I know whether I've got it, and if I do, I use a physical book sticker or a Kindle sticker to show where they are, or where I have them, or how I have them. I can't get my words out today. Then I have put all the rest of the series in here. I've got the Shatter Me series now, so they have all gone into here. I also have the Fire Thief series, but I just haven't got the cover pages for them. And then the recent find that I really would like is the Powerless series. So Powerless, Reckless, Powerful, Fearless. And then, yeah, I've obviously made some more pages of these. And then it goes into my kind of educational books, which I haven't got many. I've got a few physical ones and a couple on my Kindle. Actually, no, these are all physicals as well. But yeah, so that's where I am with it. I don't really know what else to do. I did, and I was going to have a whole like thick book with the reviews and reorganize it, because I am probably going to go ahead and cut this book up again. I'm just not happy with the way it was, and it feels like a waste, but I know I'll be able to use the book again, I think, maybe. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to just peel them up. Oh, I might be able to just peel them up and stick them back down. No, I'm going to have to cut them out. Yeah. I'm glad I tried it though, because I really thought, and I am tempted just to go back and get a second one of these books just to add the rest in and then go from there. So they're obviously not going to be like in the order that I read, but as much as I can put them in the order of the series, if you like. So yeah, you know what, I'm not going to waste it. I am going to go back to the range where I got this from and get a second one, I think. I wish I could do something with the cover though, because obviously it doesn't match this, but it still says scrapbook. But yeah, so there's a bit of a waffly end to this video. I think I'm happy with where I am with these, and then obviously I've got the spare covers in here. So yeah, I think we'll leave it there. I'm going to get this video up for you guys. If you haven't already, do feel free to subscribe to my channel if you want to see more content like this. Obviously my channel is predominantly planning, but I would like to do some more other hobby things on here, like reading. Yeah, I think that's everything for today. Don't forget to like the video if you like the video. Don't forget to comment and let me know what other info you want to see, or if there's any questions about the books or where I got them from, let me know, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.